talk about South Park a little bit. So South Park apparently is an issue right now for HBO and for Paramount Global. And you ask why? Well, apparently they signed a deal with HBO back in 2019, and they were like, okay, we want all the streaming rights for South Park. So the creators, Matt Parker and Trey Stone, decided to give them the rights, right? Exclusive rights. They paid $500 million for South Park, right? $500 million. And then now HBO is saying, well, Paramount's fucking us over because they had all these specials, which are actually episodes, but they're calling them specials, but we're supposed to get the streaming rights to episodes.
That's sketchy. That is sketchy.
It's sketchy because they signed a deal saying, well, you get the rights to all the episodes, but they air episodes, but they call them specials.
Oh, but if it's 40 minutes long, it's not an episode. My ass. Like, how can the lawyers let that happen?
So that's what they did. And they were making them pay. Again, not even kidding you. It was like
good
$1.69 million per episode to air this shit.
Yeah, if they got $500 million damn dollars, $1.5 million isn't gonna be much of a disincentive.
And HBO's like, fuck you. And Paramount's all like, fuck you, because you owe us rights too, then you pay us too. So it's a fuck you, a fuck you, a fuck you, and a fuck you. And that's where we're at right now. And so that's why there's a lawsuit. So anyways, so now that's going back and forth. And this came out today, so I don't know where this best show of the week, Rachel says.
I think that technically counts as an impression. That was an impression of Paramount Plus and an impression of HBO
I wasn't Mark Wahlberg. Hey, fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, I'm HBO Max. I'm so creative. Hey, I'm Paramount Plus. Like,
I'm about to go talk to this South Park member. I'm about to go say fuck you. Sabrina, you're muted. I'm about to go say fuck you. And then fuck you. Huh, fuck you. I'll take a shot.
Thank you.
Okay.
So Mike, you also did an impression, so you're both gonna have to drink.
I'm out. I got nothing. I
got more booze.
You just went to the liquor store 5 minutes ago, so you better go get.
Yeah, I know. I only got a little bit. I got this.
Who goes to the liquor store and gets a Fry Guy? Like, I don't even know what that means.
I got this mug from my veterinarian because my veterinarian plays piano.
Oh, I take a shot when I'm muted. Fair enough.
and he flies an airplane. And he's a German man with advanced politics, and so I bought one of his mugs. Right. He's the coolest goddamn person I've ever met.
Mike, what's your introspective on this? What do you think about this? Do you think that HBO's in the wrong or Paramount's in the wrong? And do you think this will ever be settled?
Do I think it'll ever be settled? I don't know. All these wealthy people are profiting off of it. Who cares?
Wealthy people?
Wealthy, yeah. Yeah, the wealthy people. Do you have a problem with my upbringing, Sabrina?
I do. I do. You should remove that stick from your ass and take a shot.
Take it right out.
Pull it out hard. People with sticks in their ass say wealthy.
Well, it wasn't. You didn't say wealthy. You said wealthy.
Yeah. So that means I have a stick in my ass because I said it a second ago. I'm not going to repeat myself.
Like they paid they paid.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. Like don't blat your brow.
Oh, I'm upset now.
Money. $500 million on this, Mike. $500 million. I mean, what would you think if all of a sudden...
Dude, it's a joke to make. What do they call them? They don't call them episodes. They call them
specials. They call them events.
Did they? Yeah. I mean, I guess it means that the writing in the contract wasn't strong enough. So I don't know if it's going to be enforceable or not. It really comes down to the entertainment. It really comes down to the entertainment lawyers' takes. But I think that I don't blame Matt and Trey for trying to
friends
work
of the show
system.
By the way, friends of the show.
Like who gives a shit? They're trying to they want to get their angle out of a system that they know is corrupt, like to some degree, like all of these systems are. But I don't blame them. But clearly they're trying to get one over in the deal. Like no question.
I mean, I think that's a Paramount marketing thing, though, too, on top of it. Well, we can make this work. I bet they said that to him. Sign this contract. We'll make money. You'll make money. We'll make it work. Don't worry about that Warner Brothers contract you signed back in 2019. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. We'll call them specials. We'll call them special events. And it'll be fine. I can see that shit going down in a marketing meeting. I can totally see it going down. And all of a sudden, Warner Brothers, what the fuck? I mean, last night, it was another day. Yesterday, we talked about the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle episode that just aired, right? And so we talked about that yesterday. And Sabrina and I were like, where can we find this shit at? We looked at HBO Max. We looked at Paramount Plus. Finally, we found it on Comedy Central. I'm like, where the fuck do we find, South Park at this point. And this is why, because they've signed so many deals and they spread themselves across so many different platforms. How do you even find the content at this point? It's hard for the consumer. It's hard for the actual producers. It causes a problem. And this is why HBO is like, fuck you.
You're saying that they're publishing different pieces of their content on different
places. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like the new season is on Comedy Central.
Well, dude, that's a hell of a strategy,
like,
isn't it?
We were literally trying to watch it, and it's like it wasn't on Paramount Plus. It wasn't on HBO. It was on Comedy Central. Yeah. Like, it's a weird thing.
But it's because also, these pandemic ones that were on Paramount Plus before, it made me think it was me on Paramount Plus, but all of a sudden it's on HBO Max. Sorry, Sabrina, continue.
No, that's true. Like, which is weird. I'm like, South Park's on HBO fucking Max. Like, it doesn't make sense. But also, like, I mean, I don't know.
Massive merger happened there. It kind of does make sense now based on the plan that they're moving forward. Really. I think.
Like
HBO bought the rights for 23 seasons. They bought the rights for all the seasons, like for streaming rights. So you'd think it'd all be there, but it's not.
23. But there's 26 seasons.
Well, maybe 26. I'm sorry, I've been drinking a little bit. So 26 seasons.
Drink, you just made a mistake.
Drink, you got to drinking. Fucking give me one of those Coronas. Oh my God.
Well,
I only have one.
You literally went to the liquor store 5 minutes before the show because we said we were doing a drinking show.
Literally,
what did you get? One beer?
I just got back from Mexico, so I've got
his liver says calm the fuck down.
Listen. My question is, did you go to the liquor store and get 1 8-ounce beer? Like a mini Rona? Like, what did you get? I'm confused.
No, I got a little 2-shot Applejack.
Applejack.
It was good. It was nice. I don't need your negativity, Sabrina. I'd appreciate your support.
That's called beer pressure right there.
I'd appreciate your support, Sabrina.
I have zero support for you. You just did an impression of me, so I'm going to need you to do a shot.
Living in LA, but no support. I appreciate
Friday, everybody. Happy Friday.
That's some hot take shit right there. Brian, you got a topic for us?
It's very hard to say.
Sabrina.
Jesus
what do you
Christ.
think about this? Do you think that HBO Max actually has something to say about this? Or do you think that Paramount can tell them to go fuck themselves?
I think it's the rich fighting amongst the rich, and I don't really give a fuck because I'm not rich. That's where I'm at, okay? So, like, it's like rich person A and rich person B being like, I need more money. No, I need more money. Like, go fuck yourself. You're all rich. Like, shut the fuck up. So I'm not into it at all. However, I will say...
You don't see a problem with this, though, the contracts?
Of course I see a problem with it, but I didn't read the contract, so I can't tell you exactly who's fucking off who. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's shady, absolutely 100% shady. But, like, again, it's like rich A and rich B. It's like, I'm not really worried about your financial woes. I don't care. And I'm upset for Trey and Matt, like, you know, for being thrown up in the mix of it if it's not their fault. And if it is their fault, it's pretty effed because literally they're like two random dudes who are extremely talented, do not get me wrong, but wound up with like, you know, 26 seasons of South Park, like 4 Broadway shows, like 3 movies. Like you could not have asked for a better fucking career. Like let's not milk it. You know what I mean? Like if it's on them, like just take where you're getting. Like I mean, honestly, like you're doing all right.
They love like, all the money.
I don't like when people are pinching a penny when they don't need to pinch a penny. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure they've been jerked around enough by the big organizations that once they've got so much power, like I really can't blame them jerking the big organizations around. Like I don't know.
Like who's jerking who though? I want to know who's snowballing who. Somebody tell me.
I still stand up for HBO, like Lexi's saying. Like they signed an exclusive contract and they got fucked hard.